Hi there, my name is Ranger Jack Wagstaff, and welcome to Twin Lakes State Park. For those of you that may not be familiar with our park, we are located just outside of Farmville, about an hour southwest of Richmond, Virginia. Today we're standing on the shore of Prince Edward Lake, the larger of the two lakes that our park is named for, and at first glance this may just look like an ordinary body of water, but the story behind it is anything but ordinary. This is the story of how one man's fight for equality created a common meeting place for people for generations, and that man's name was Maceo Conrad Martin. Like Rosa Parks, Mr. Martin was a trained civil rights activist. Born around the turn of the 20th century, it's very likely Mr. Martin didn't anticipate the impact his life would have on people over 110 years later, but perhaps it is something he may have thought about. In 1948, a time where men were commonly judged by the color of their skin rather than the content of their character, Mr. Martin traveled to Stanton River State Park, knowing full well he'd likely be denied access due to the color of his skin, which, in fact, that's exactly what happened. Mr. Martin hired one of the partners in his brother's law firm, Oliver Hill, and together the two of them brought suit against the state. Many of you may recognize the name Oliver Hill, a famous civil rights attorney known for his part in Brown versus Board of Education, which was essential in ending segregation in America. As a result of the case, then Governor William Tuck set aside about $200,000 to create what was then called Prince Edward State Park for Negroes, the first and for some time the only Virginia state park accessible to people of color. $200,000, that's about $2 million in today's money. And with that money, a dance hall, a restaurant, 6 cabins, and several ranger homes, which are still in use today, were created. When the park opened in 1950, it immediately became a meeting place for people all over the Mid-Atlantic region who were looking to come to dance, eat, swim, camp, or stay at the cabins at the lake. Sometimes, the park would reach thousands of visitors in a single weekend, causing a line of cars to back up all the way out there to Highway 360. For many people in the region, Prince Edward State Park became their home away from home, an escape from the harsh realities of the South during the Jim Crow era, and a place where people could recreate outdoors without fear of persecution. Since that time, generations of people have learned to swim in this park, vacationed here, and even got married here, all thanks to Mr. Martin and his fight for equality. Thank you all so much for watching. We're always looking for new historical photos to better help us tell the story of this park, so if you or your family has any you'd like to share with us, please email us at twinlakes@dcr.virginia.gov, and keep an eye on Virginia State Parks on Facebook for more videos like this one. Thanks, stay safe, and we'll see you next time.